Hi everybody and welcome back again to Bonfire, to the fireside chats where we're getting to know who your speakers are for the amazing Women in Business event that's happening on the 30th of October 2023 in Auckland, New Zealand. And so with me today is the only gent who I reckon has got the courage to come to a Women in Business event like this one, and who's going to come on stage and who is really passionate about supporting women in business in a very special kind of way. Here's a hint. It's the one thing that most of us really hate doing. So without further ado, Mr. Richard Foulkes, how are you today? Welcome to the studio.
Very good. Thank you, Vanita. It's a pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about who you are and your background and what specifically you are going to be talking about.
So I'm based in Auckland, out in sunny St Helens. Beautiful day here today, and I've been in business for a long time, and like most of us, started my journey in employment. Did the dream of becoming an accountant, absolute dream. Don't know why I thought that was a dream, and then went through into business ownership, and so I own my own businesses now for over 25 years, and a range of businesses from cafe, collision repair, marketing type events, putting on an event at the Auckland Showgrounds once upon a time for 30,000 people. That we lost money on, actually, so that was a learning opportunity. But along the way, I got involved with business networking, and it's something that no one ever taught us at school on how important a network is. And if you haven't been to a public school or a private school, as they are in New Zealand, and learnt the value of a network and even unconsciously learned how to network, it gives us a massive leg up in the world. And as I said in the promotional material, it gives you that backstage pass that you see all the people lined up at the front door waiting to be let in by security, and you see all the VIPs going around the back and getting all the M&Ms in the back door, so in the backstage area. So networking can bring that, and it's something I've learned a lot about over the last 20 years and what it can do for people in business.
So what do you think, Richard? I mean, because networking is just, it's almost like, you know, in the Lion King, they go, Mufasa, ooh, say it again. It's like networking seems to have a similar effect with so many people. People that just like, people shut down, they're like, oh my God, I have to do it. I know I have to do it, but I don't want to do it and I hate it. So what specifically are you going to teach people and show people that is going to help them to be able to get over that angst about it and over that, like, ugh?
It's the why in the first instance. Why network? Is it even the right thing for you to do for you or your business? That's the most important thing. Some businesses overstate the importance of it, and it's one of those things you think you should do, but should you? So the first thing we would probably talk about is the why, and then it's the what and the where, and then how do you interface with it. So where you go and network and who you go and network is really important, and then how to. So a lot of people go along expecting great results. The first thing they ever go to that's called networking, and I liken it to generally you just pick up the rotten fruit off the ground if you're lucky when you first go along, or you'll get nothing. Yeah. Whereas networking is actually different to that. It's something that's cultivated and grown over a long period that you get really good at and build a wide network. And that's what I've learned, is that it's not just turning up once and hoping.
So Richard, I'm curious though, because, you know, I've been to a lot of places and people have taught us how to network, and you go and you know, here are conversation starters and this is how you know, blah, blah, blah. And so what are you going to be teaching that's going to be different, and not for you to give away all of your juicy things right now, but how is your approach going to be different given today's world that we're living in, and how things have changed when it comes to connecting with people?
But I think what hasn't changed is human connection.
Right.
Like we spoke about AI just before, and that they're trying to replace human connection with AI, right? Or take away the base task. But human connection is what we all want. And networking is part of that human connection. So that hasn't changed. And part of that is curiosity. And if you're involved in networking and you're not curious about other people, you're wasting your time, because you're expecting them to be curious about you. Well, that's not a two-way street. And the other popular misconception is that we're there to sell. If you're there to sell at a networking event, that's all you've got is sellers. There's no buyers. So why would you expect them to buy from you if you're just there to sell? So you've got to have curiosity and the expectation to help others is one of the keys of networking. And if you're in an event where you feel that everyone's there to sell to you, you're in the wrong place.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more. It's that shift of mindset from, you know, I'm here to get something, and rather getting there with I'm here to give something. Because when we give and we come from that space of generosity, it really changes the dynamics between the way that we are connecting.
That's and right, so but there's a balance there with you can be too generous, right?
Sure.
So it's you can't give and give and give without an expectation of receiving. And that's not networking. That's charity. But even in charity, there's reward. And you get back even from giving in charity. So networking is a two-way street, but if you go into thinking it's a one-way street, it will not work. So it's how you do that I'm going to talk about. How do you establish that common ground with people and work out whether it's valuable to you and valuable to your business?
Brilliant. And so, Richard, why specifically do you care about, like, what's meaningful for you about this particular audience? You know, working with aspirational business women who, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, who are managers, and who are, you know, really wanting to get to that next level in their career. Like, what's meaningful to you about that?
I think what I've learned working with you and Heather and Tanika is that you guys kick ass and you just get stuff done, right? And so that's women, and men just sit back and wait it for happen, but they've still that women are still behind in business from where men are. Men have got a natural head start. That's changing, but we've got to accelerate that change to make it an equal footing in the first place. So what I'm passionate about is generally what I see is women do things better. They're more empathetic. And look, let's face it, if they ran the world, we wouldn't be in the four-letter word we're in right now. So that's what I see, and that we've got to at least make it 50-50 to even start to be fair here. Because women have natural other disadvantages, never mind the fact that they're starting behind in the first place, in terms of they're still the primary caregivers in the world. And that hampers careers and businesses. And it shouldn't.
Yeah, so important, Richard, there. And thank you for all those really kind and wonderful words as well. I think, you know, helping people to sort of get the tools that we need in order to, as you say, accelerate our progress and our success, and to really be able to ascend and take our business or you know, take our business to the next level, or otherwise move up that next level in the corporate space as well. If you're a manager, I think is really critical, and I think networking is a very important component of that. And Richard, so why Bonfire? Like, why should people come to this event, do you think? Why should they bother? It's on a Monday, for goodness sakes. And like, you know.
Oh, how many reasons do you need? We've talked about 3 or 4 already, right? So the first one is that the other speakers, look, I'm lucky to be sharing, and it's an absolute fluke that I'm sharing the stage with the 3 of you, or being on stage. As the token male, I'm not sure. It's going to be fascinating seeing how that shoe being on the other foot feels. That's a reason to come along and see me look uncomfortable. There isn't a reason to come along in itself. But it's the fact that in that room, that community is going to be insane by itself. And the connections that are made in that room alone are going to be worth the price of admission. Then the content is going to be amazing. And then the future that could open up is amazing. So why would you not come to something that could change your life? It may not, but it could, and it probably will, but why would you not? It's more a reason. I think one of the reasons not to come would be probably shorter and easier to go through, I think.
I so love that. I actually got all the feels as you were talking about everything lighting up and everybody connecting, and I could just see it in my head, everybody coming together. I was like, oh my God, it's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Richard. And look, for the record, we absolutely love that you are a gentleman and that you're coming to the space. You're a man, coming to share, and in support of women. You know, we really need, it's not only about women supporting women, but we need the men, we need people. As we include everybody, we need everybody getting behind one another, you know, because when we all support each other to get further, everybody actually grows, everybody moves forward, and everybody succeeds at the end of the day. And so we love having you on stage with us. We can't wait to see you, and I know that you're going to be, I know that you're going to bring your very quirky, dry sense of humor. He's got a very dry sense of humor. Fantastic to have you there, Richard. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to see you at the bonfire.
Thanks, Bonita.
And as for you, everybody here who's watching, can't wait to see you as well. If you haven't yet, head on over to bonfireleaders.com. Go and grab your tickets. Not only that, grab your friend, grab your colleague, grab your boss even, and go, come on, you've got to come to the bonfire. We are going to get together and we're going to have some fun. We're going to really learn some practical, great things with the bubbles at the end. I know I've said it in every video. I think I'm so excited about those bubbles.
Look at Bonita's hands go crazy here. It's like a bad Asian movie.
I tell you what, there is so much excitement. I'm waking up in the middle of the night going, is it time yet? Is it time yet? So I'm flying in from Sydney and cannot wait to come and see you all, be with you all, and see Richard there as well. So thank you so much. We'll see you at the bonfire.